Hello everybody. So today is a very curious video. It's the totality of the products that I've used up in the last 6 months, and we're talking about makeup here specifically. I should do a similar project maybe starting next year with regards to skincare. And if you know what's going on my channel, I'm on a no buy / low buy right now, and I try not to purchase really cosmetic products or beauty products. I'll tell you why. Not because I have some kind of a massive issue. I think I do have a bit of an issue with over purchasing makeup and skincare and body care and hair care, all of that beauty stuff. I want to focus on makeup specifically because it's a very interesting concept to me. I want to know how much of stuff am I able to actually use up, so I keep track of what I'm using up throughout the last 6 months. This is what I used up in terms of makeup. And the second point is I want to know how much it costs. Why? Because I'm trying to construct a reasonable and defined budget for myself for shopping for makeup. And to do that, it's really essential to actually track how much actually you use up on your current makeup indulgences and how much you're able to actually get through in a set period of time without things going bad. So this is kind of the purpose and the vision that I have for this particular project, and I update twice a year. So this is the first update, this is a 6-month update, and then at the end of the year I will repeat that. Probably won't go into detail about the stuff that I have used up, but I will add up total numbers and we'll go from there. I think it's a very interesting exercise in budgeting, spending, and actually thinking through what it is that is going on. And right now I'm sitting here in front of a whole bunch of makeup that I'm going to talk about. I'm going to give you very brief reviews, quick off the cuff, like yes or no, basically, on the products that I've used up. Let's go with primers, and it's kind of in the order that I would apply them. I've used up 2 primers, one half size or small size, and this is Nude by Nature Perfecting Primer. That was fine. It was a nice moisturizing primer. The Primer X from the Too Faced brand and some of the moisturizing primer from the Makeup Forever, as well as the moisturizing primer from Cover FX. They all kind of do the same thing. It's a lightweight priming lotion. I don't think it's specifically worthy of repurchasing, but I liked it enough to finish it off. Then we have the Meteorites Oxygen Care Moisturizing Radiance Booster from Guerlain. This was wonderful, but it did not have any SPF. The other one did not either, and I really would rather have SPF in my primer because sun protection is important, and getting it from your makeup isn't necessarily the best thing unless your makeup is very sheer and you can actually apply a proper amount to cover or give you enough SPF coverage, so to say. This was really lovely and wonderful. This one is made in France. It smelled great. It really primed the skin. It had the slightly dimethicone feel, but also was illuminating. It was beautiful, but I'm not going to buy it again because it does not have SPF. If it did, I absolutely would, because it was really lovely to use. 2 concealers, one small size. This is Benefit Boing Hydrating Concealer, and that one had a balm on the outside and a pigment core, and it was fine. And as a hydrator, it was fine. I think it's a little creasy. The coverage is not fantastic. I really prefer their industrial concealer from the Boing line, and I've repurchased that, and it's living in my desk right now waiting for its turn to be used, and it's wonderful. This one, not so much. Nude by Nature Flawless Concealer in 02 Porcelain Beige. Used that up. I don't think it's great. I love stick concealers normally, which is why I purchased this one with hopes that it would be awesome. And it's not awesome. It's okay. It's rather weak in my books in terms of concealer. I do like a pigmented concealer because actually I do like to pinpoint conceal, and for that you need coverage. This has minimal coverage, although they do market it as the high coverage concealer. It is absolutely not. It blends okay. It underlines dry patches if you have them. So I wasn't totally impressed, but it was good enough to use up. It wasn't disgusting, but it wasn't fantastic. 2 foundations. One is a liquid foundation and one powder foundation. So the liquid foundation was Laura Mercier Silk Cream Oil Free Photo Edition Foundation. I enjoyed it. This is a lovely texture, medium to full coverage. You can layer it, set not completely. It's wonderful. A good wear time. Can't not recommend it. I think this is a great formula. I will not be buying it again, although the color was a perfect color match for me, and this was rose ivory. So this was an excellent, just basically perfect color match for my skin tone. I really enjoy it. And if I had to go buy another foundation, I possibly would buy it, but I like experimenting with my foundations, and I'm not particularly loyal to makeup, any kind of a brand. I really like trying new things, so I will probably not repurchase it, although I really thought it was excellent. Another Nude by Nature product is this Flawless Pressed Powder Foundation in N2 Classic Beige. This one, I liked the texture of, and it looked good on my skin, but it crumbled. It fell apart a little bit. The pressing on it wasn't right, or maybe the ingredients are just not, there's not enough binder holding ingredients together, and I know it's a cleaner product, so maybe they didn't want to include those binding ingredients, but honestly that was a bit of a hassle because it kept crumbling slightly. I used up like 90% of it, and the other 10% just sort of crumbled out of it. So I won't be purchasing this again, although I think it looked nice on skin. And I can fathom that people might like it, but for instance, traveling with this thing would be a disaster. I don't think it's worth it, although the packaging is nice. The color was okay and the texture was good. Just the way they put it together wasn't acceptable for me. 3 powders, 2 very small ones and 1 giant powder. I've been working on this for like 2 years, and this is Meteorite's Perle de Paradis Illuminating Sparkling Powder. 53 freaking grams of product. I cannot believe I finished it. This was lilac tinted powder. I used it mostly in the center of my face to set makeup. It's absolutely done, and I have tons of Meteorites. This is just the beginning of my Meteorites use up journey. Then we have 2 more powders, one from Nude by Nature, and this is Translucent Loose Finishing Powder. This was awesome, and I would repurchase this if I needed another loose powder, and I don't right now, but I liked everything about it. The full-size packaging also has a mesh, so it's really nicely dispensed. It's very finely milled, beautiful powder, sits really gorgeously on skin. I loved this thing. That was really, really good, and I would repurchase this. This one is Youngblood High Def Powder Translucent, and it was a sample. I traveled with it. I liked it. That is a very nice silicone-like, very finely milled micronized powder. Very, very, very finely milled. It's similar to what you would get with a Makeup Forever translucent powder, and other brands similar to this. Like for instance, it's similar to the poreless powder from Tarte, which I own also. So this one I actually own in full size as well. It came with a mini, so I like it enough to keep the full size, and I will use it up. Now, cheeks. There's so much to talk about in terms of cheeks. I have a couple of bronzers. 1 cream, 1 powder. Powder bronzer is the NARS Laguna, and this was a little mini, a gift from a friend. I used it up completely. I liked it, but it's not my favorite, so I won't be repurchasing, but this is my second thing of it. I've purchased it in full size previously when I wasn't really into makeup, so it went bad before I could ever use it up. This one, speaking about going bad, Clinique Chubby Stick Sculpting Contour in 01 Curvy Contour. This one I used up mostly, so there's a tiny bit remaining. I really tried hard to use it up, but it started breaking me out. I think it's just because it's so expired. So I count it as done anyway. Then 2 cream products for cheeks, aka blush. 2 blushes basically. One is the Nude Sticks Lip and Cheek Matte Pencil in the color Belle. I loved the color. It was beautiful. I didn't love it on the lips. I put it on cheeks, I put it on the lids, and I really enjoyed wearing it. Those matte cream formulas are wonderful for cheeks and lids. I liked it, and I have 2 more in my stash, so I will be using them up on an ongoing basis. These are some of my favorites. If you love a glowy, putty-like texture, these are good. This is Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in pink. It's more a butter highlighter, and these are so good. I just destroyed this one. You don't get a lot of product, mind you. It's only 5 grams, and it's like a creamy, cream to powder sort of feel. This one was a highlighter, but I used it as a blush on my pale skin. It is really a blush, very glowy. If you like super glowy blush, that kind of like sets from cream to powder. This is wonderful. I have 3 highlighters. I'm dominating highlighters these days. I use them a lot. So this is Smashbox. This is a cream product, Smashbox LA Lights Blendable Lip and Cheek Color, Stick Color, I guess. Hollywood and Highlight is the name. I've used it up completely. This was beautiful, kind of similar to the RMS Beauty one in Living Luminizer. It gave me a similar look, which I like. So I was happy with that, but I prefer my Living Luminizer, so I'll probably go back to that. Then a Becca highlighter mini, and this is Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed in Champagne Pop. I loved this. I love the texture of Becca highlighters, and when I'm down some highlighters, I'll definitely go for Becca. They're wonderful. I have their liquid highlighter in Moonlight right now in full size. Then we have Physicians Formula Butter Highlighter in Pearl, and that is a sparkly white highlighter with a pink shift. And if you have one of those Rihanna highlighters, Fenty Beauty highlighters, like the glittery one, that is a little bit creamy powder. I think this is very similar to this one. Again, here it's 5 grams, so you don't get a ton of product, but it lasted me a few months and I really enjoyed it. And I've repurchased both of these colors because I really, really liked them. Brows. We have 2 brow products. One is the Gimme Brow by Benefit, one of the first fiber and tint brow mascaras, and I enjoyed it, but I mean, it wasn't anything mind-blowing. It was just good. I like the Clinique one of that type much better, and I've used up several of them, and I have a couple backups, so I'll move on to them soon. And then we have Pixi Natural Brow Duo. This had a pencil in this triangular trace shape and the gel. Both were okay. I didn't hate them. I didn't love them. I thought they were fine. So I'm not going to be repurchasing, but obviously I used it up, so I didn't hate it enough to declutter it. Then we have only 2 eye products. And this is a good lesson for me. I don't use up eye products. I need to stop buying them. Palettes, pencils, colors, all of that really draws my eye, but really I don't use enough of the eyeshadow to justify purchasing tons of them. And I have so many eyeshadows. I need to like cut that out for the next 10 years or something. We have Amethyst Caviar Stick Eye Color from Laura Mercier. This is a wonderful formula for a cream stick shadow. I loved it. I loved the color. I'm wearing something kind of similar today from Bare Minerals, and I'm really liking that so far as well. We'll talk about it later when I finish it off. And an eyeliner, and that's it. That's all I used up in terms of eye products. Shocking. Then the eyeliner is the Nude by Nature eyeliner, and I love that because it's creamy enough to be applied easily and very pigmented, and I have it in brown and I really enjoyed that color. I might repurchase this in the future as my brown liner. It has a smudger on the back so you can smudge it out, and then it sets and doesn't budge, which is those are all great things for the eyeliner to be. Mascaras. I actually have 8 mascaras. I am a mascara fiend. I use up a lot of mascaras. I have a couple on the go at each point in time. The first one is Essence Lash Princess Volume Mascara. I think the green one is the one that bloggers rave about. I tried the orange one, the volume one. I did not like it. I didn't think it was anything interesting. Disclaimer, what I like is for my lashes to look really fluffy and elongated and not heavy and thick. So if you like that look, you might not agree with my choices here. This didn't really give me even volume though. It was very blah. Then we have In Extra Dimension MAC mascara, and that one was purple. Yay! It was fun. I enjoyed the mascara. I think it was good. It wasn't the best I've ever tried, but it was pretty good. This one I was given by a friend of mine, and this is Deja Vu Fiber Wig mascara. It had fibers in it. It was fine. I didn't really think any particular way about it. It didn't really make an impression, honestly. This brand has been discontinued for a while. I had that sort of in my lash stash. I have some mascaras that are awaiting their time to be gone through, and this is the Estee Edit by Estee Lauder, the edgiest Up and Out Double Mascara. This sucked. I'm glad that they don't exist anymore. I mean, maybe there were good things about the brand. I haven't tried a lot, but the stuff that I tried I didn't like, and this was also a fail. This one was fantastic, and this is the Clinique Lash Power Mascara Long Wearing Formula. This is one of those that comes off with the warm water in chunks, and it comes off very easily with warm water, but it's kind of water resistant with like regular temperature water. Tiny brush, really liked it. It created the fluffy long lashes that I enjoy, and I might repurchase that one. Another one that I really liked is this one, La Roche-Posay Respectissime Mascara, and this is volumizing mascara, and it did volumize. I loved the brush, I loved the formula. It created really nice, volumized, thick lashes, but they weren't heavy or spidery or nasty in that way, which I hate. That is not a look I like. So I enjoyed this. I would repurchase it if it was on sale, because it's like 20 some bucks in the drugstore, so I'm not all about that drugstore life for mascaras. A Physicians Formula mascara, and you can tell I love Physicians Formula. I use up their products and I rave about a lot of what they make. Mascaras are a challenge for Physicians Formula, I think. So Physicians Formula Lash Mixologist, the double one with volume and length, I didn't like either side. I didn't like the formula. It were okay, but it didn't create an effect that was interesting to me. It did have this volumizing side that didn't have long enough bristles to brush through the lashes, so it clumped a bit. And it had the volume side that also clumped a bit, and it was with this figure 8 brush that I don't like. I don't like that shape. And it didn't really, like, it didn't get through the lashes. It didn't brush them out and separate them, which is, I like even for a volumizing mascara to do that. It was a fail. This one I got sent and I really liked it. This was Pure Anada Natural Mascara. And I specifically really liked it. Well, first of all, the presentation. It's really nice and weighty and beautiful, and none of that rubbed off with a lot of use. The mascara is in black, and I can see myself repurchasing it because it's a super, super clean formulation. I think that the mascara was beautiful. It has this slightly bent wand. It's natural bristles. It brushes through the lashes beautifully, but this is a natural look mascara. If you are looking for like pow, this is not going to give it to you, but if you're looking for like everyday natural look, I'm kind of wearing mascara, but you know, you can't really focus on it too much. That was a really, really good one. All right, guys, we're getting through it. The lip category. This is really one of the fullest categories as well. I feel like the mascaras and the lips are obviously the biggest categories to get through. In terms of lip balms, Fresh Sugar Lip Balm, Tinted Lip Balm in Rosé, I go through these like nobody's business. I love these little ones. I buy them in those like packs of a few and go through them. In a year, I can get through a few, maybe like 2 to 3. I love these. I totally recommend them, but you've heard me say that before. You don't need to listen to me rave about them again. They're very conditioning. I should probably say that Bite Beauty is probably my favorite lipstick making brand. I love their lipsticks. They're beautiful. I've been to one of those boutiques where you come in and they make up a custom mix for you. I went with a friend. Hi, Mila, love you. And we had just the best time. And I have my 2 favorite colors that I wear all the time made there. I might go back at some point to Toronto and have them remade. I like them that much. So Bite is really my favorite lipstick and lip product making company. I wanted to try a lip primer from them, and I figured it would be a chapstick, and it was. I wasn't that impressed. This is the first product of which I'm like, meh. It's fine. Their agave lip mask is also like not mind-blowing like everybody said it was. This was just okay. It's like a pretty good chapstick. It was fine. Nothing wrong with it. Wouldn't repurchase it. Bite Beauty Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Amaretto. This one I have repurchased in this specific color, and I have tons of these matte cream sticks or crayons. This specific color I actually don't love on my lips, but I love it on my cheeks and on my lids, and I do use these matte ones for that purpose sometimes. Lovely. Not my favorite lip color, but it's a multi-purpose crayon for me, just like the nude sticks is. I think I use these kinds of formulas interchangeably, and they do produce a similar effect for me. 3 freaking red lipsticks. I don't even wear red lips that much in my mind. It's a rare occasional thing, but for some reason I got through them, probably because a few of them were running low. Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Marciano was one of them, and this is pretty much a dead-on color of my nails, actually. Yeah, pretty much. On camera it probably doesn't look exact, but yeah, this is what the color was. I enjoyed it. It was very bright, and I like a bright red. And then we have Bite Beauty High Pigment Lip Pencil in Pomegranate. That was a darker, cooler red, and I really enjoyed that as well. This is a creamier formulation, not the same as the matte one, but less creamy there than their Amuse Bouche lipsticks, so which I'm going to mention next. This tiny little one was the by Beauty Amuse Bouche lipstick in the color Cayenne, and I kind of like got the last of it out so that I can look at it myself. And this is what it looks like. It's on my lips today if you're curious. It's a bright, neutral to warm based red. I have come to the conclusion that I don't really love the minis from By Beauty, not because I don't like the formula. The formula is wonderful. I love the Amuse Bouche formula. But unfortunately, the minis are far less practical than the full-size bullets because they are soft and they break easily because there's not a circumference that holds it together into a bullet, which is the case for the full-size lipsticks. The little ones are just harder to work with. So I'm kind of like not a big fan of the little ones anymore. So I won't be buying the little sets anymore, I don't think. Okay, Makeup Forever. This is Makeup Forever Artist Rouge Creme. C221 or 7Y15, I'm not sure what the color name is. This was a mauve purple based neutral darker color. I used it in the winter. I enjoyed it, but I wouldn't repurchase. The formula was good, but not as good as By Beauty. The last product, we're getting there, guys, is a lip gloss. The only lip gloss I've used up in the last 6 months, and this is Buxom Full On Lip Cream in White Russian. I'm very happy that it's done. The color, I realized I don't like the light colors on my lips any longer. It used to be my favorite look a couple of years ago, which is why I bought this little thing to reminisce about it. But I think I have pigmented lips, and those pale colors, they don't really do any favors for me. I just look paler and sicker. So I won't be repurchasing this color, but I will be buying more of the Buxom lip glosses. They're some of my favorites. I have one more waiting to be used right now, so I'm quite excited to get back into it this summer. So these are all the makeup products that I've used up in the last 6 months. Here is the total sum of what I've spent on all of this stuff, or how much it would cost me to buy. How do I calculate the minis? I just half the cost of the full-size product. It's just easier for me to do it uniformly, and generally it kind of works out to a similar price. So minis are counted as half of the full size in terms of the cost to the price. And in general, what I have to say is this is helping my budget. This is helping me figure out how much I can possibly use up in terms of the value of the product in 6 months. And it matters because I probably should not be spending more than, this number in total in the 6 months that I'm using makeup. So tell me if you have any idea how much you're spending on your makeup in the 6 month or 1 month or a year. Extrapolate period of time. And do you use up as much as I do in 6 months, or maybe more or maybe less? I'm always curious to know. So that's it for today. See you guys later. Have a wonderful day and good luck. Bye.